Okay, so we now have the update for the Stadia controller to make it Bluetooth compatible. Before I do that, I wanted to show the last game they're going to show on Stadia. And the reason for that is because, as you can see here, it says switching is permanent. So if you switch your controller to Bluetooth, you will no longer be able to use it in Wi-Fi mode. I don't think that's too much of an issue because you could only use it with Stadia and Stadia is ending. You need to switch this before 31st of December this year, so you've got loads of time. So if I drag out from the bottom and go into Chrome, just type Stadia and then click on the link. So this is my library, so these are the games and the captures that I've got that I've obviously paid for. There's a few more things in there, but this Worm game was the first game they made for Stadia, so let's just have a very quick look at it. If you want to skip this and just want to go straight to how to change the controller, I'll put the time to skip to on the screen now. But let's try the game. You can see there's a multiplayer. I wonder if other people are playing the multiplayer. Okay, looks like I won that one. Okay, so I'm the pink worm. Did I lose that? I'm not sure if I won or lost that. Anyway, let's have a look at how to update the controller. So it says switch to Bluetooth mode on my iPad. I'm just going to see what happens if I click on that. Okay, so it comes up with open this page in Chrome on a computer, so I'm going to use Windows for this as it's going to be the most popular platform. So let's use my Melee Mini PC, which is running Windows 11. Let's launch the Chrome browser and do a search for stadia.com/controller and switch to Bluetooth mode. So it says it's going to take 3 minutes. And it has a list of supported devices here. Windows 10 and 11 with Steam, Mac OS with Steam, Chrome OS and Android. Nothing about iOS, so I'll try that in a minute. So let's hit start and accept the terms and start. So now I need to plug my controller in. Now make sure your cable supports data. You can see it says on there. Some USB-C cables will only do power. So I've just plugged my controller in, the lights come on. Mine has been charged because I've been using it recently. And continue. Allow Chrome to verify. Stadia controller and connect. And next. So I've got to unlock my controller. So unplug, hold the 3 dots while plugging in the controller. So then press and hold all these buttons at the same time, 3 dots, whatever that button is, A and Y. There won't be any controller feedback. Go to the next step to confirm that it's unlocked. Allow Chrome to download. Let's click on this and connect. You're almost finished. Go to the final step to install the latest version of Bluetooth mode on your controller. Next step. So I've had no lights come on my controller at all doing this. Allow Chrome to install. USB composite device and connect. And it looks like it's installing. Obviously don't unplug your controller while it's doing this. Again, no lights on the controller while it's doing this. Okay, the controller just vibrated and now I've got a white light on it. Your controller is in Bluetooth mode, and compared to Bluetooth devices, you can now unplug your controller. So let's unplug and let's click on learn how to pair with your controller. So hold Y and the Stadia buttons for 2 seconds. And orange is the pairing mode. Okay, so let's give this a go. So Y and the Stadia button. And it vibrates and the orange is flashing. On my iPad, let's go into settings, because it said it wasn't tested necessarily with iPad. Stadia and pair. I've got a white light, which is probably a good sign, and it says connected. So let's see if I've got any games that support controller. Oh, I guess Minecraft. Well, none of the buttons seem to be working, and my Xbox One controller works with this game. Let's put another gamepad game on here. Actually, it comes up with Scribblenauts, and I think I had Scribblenauts on there, yeah. Let's try that one. Okay, so it's not working with iOS, and that can be expected. iOS didn't support Xbox controllers for a while, so I'm sure it will get added in an update in the future. Let's try and pair it with something else. I'm just going to unpair it from my iPad. So connected, forget this device. See what happens here. Yeah, so it's disconnected and it's looking for it there. Let's try an Android phone. So it's flashing on the Bluetooth settings. You can see it's come up straight away. And pairing, and then pair. And connected, so that's all worked. If I press the Stadia button, does that take me home? It does, so it's working straight away. You can see I can move around and select icons. Okay, so I've just installed GTA San Andreas, the Android game. So let's hit play. Let's pop it into a monitor so I can screen capture it. That's better. So GTA San Andreas is working absolutely fine. All the buttons seem to be working right. So if I jump out of the car, I can look around with the right stick and jump into another car, and all of it seems to be working absolutely fine. So this is my M1 MacBook and the Dolphin emulator, which plays GameCube and Wii games. And if I go into it, it was configured previously for an Xbox controller. I haven't had to do any other configuration, so it seems to just recognize the controls the same as that. Yeah, that's working absolutely fine. Great to see. Oh, nice. Linux support works absolutely fine. This is PPSSPP running on a Raspberry Pi 4 running Raspberry Pi OS, and all the buttons seem to be configured absolutely fine. I've tested Super TouchCart and that works fine as well. So I've got another video on my channel that shows what devices work with the Stadia controller in USB mode, so with a USB cable. But if you've got more questions about how this works, if you go to the standard Stadia page, scroll down and there are some answers here. So some of the interesting ones is audio supported in Bluetooth mode. So when you're using the controller wirelessly in Bluetooth mode, you can't use the 3.5mm port or the USB port for headphones. But when you're using the controller wired, you can plug headphones into the 3.5mm jack. And it says you can remap the assistant and capture buttons, so that means we get one more button than a standard Xbox controller, or maybe two. So great work by Google enabling this on a discontinued device. I hope it helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.